Turning war crimes into poetry. In this video, I'll take you through the homepage of the Yasukuni Shrine's website and show you exactly how they made that happen. The Yasukuni Shrine is famous for putting a shine on a brutal past. For example, in a prominent position on its homepage appears the phrase, "Noble souls who gave up their lives for the country they loved." This is how those enshrined there are described, and the language is undeniably elegant. Yet behind these words lies another reality. Many of these so-called noble souls were Class A war criminals convicted by the International Military Tribunal for the Far East and executed for crimes against peace. For instance, Hideki Tojo, chief architect of Japan's war against China and a key instigator of the Pacific War. Brutal and domineering, he was known as Razor Tojo. Tens of millions of Asian civilians died during the wars waged under his leadership. Seishiro Itagaki, Class A war criminal and army general. In 1931, alongside Kenji Ishiwara, he masterminded the September 18th incident and played a central role in establishing the puppet regime of Manchukuo. Kenji Doihara, Class A war criminal often called the expert on China. A leading intelligence operative and senior spy chief, he directed extensive Japanese espionage operations in China. Fluent in multiple Chinese dialects, he spent nearly 30 years on the ground. And there were others. Inside Yasukuni, however, the term war criminals is never used. Instead, alternative expressions appear, such as souls, those enshrined, those who died, or simply the deceased, carefully avoiding reference to the crimes for which they were convicted. It does not end there. They are even enshrined as deities with commemoration framed as an act of honoring noble spirits or cherishing peace. To make these practices seem justified, they don't just recount history, they reshape the narrative itself. On the shrine's history page, I found this. These are the souls of the many people who have made their ultimate sacrifice for their nation since 1953 during national crises such as the Sino-Japanese War. And also enshrined are many soldiers who died in wars such as the Manchurian incident, the China incident, to protect their country, etc., etc. Protect their country on another nation's soil? This isn't history. It is a whitewash, turning invasion into virtue, aggression into honor. The logic is clearly flawed. Yet, somehow Yasukuni makes them seem reasonable, even to international visitors. Their explanation? Just a cultural difference. On the shrine's worshipping page, I found this paragraph. The main idea here is this. Honoring the dead is our tradition. Yasukuni is a religious institution. And if you don't understand why Japanese people worship war criminals, it's because you don't understand the culture. What they forget or choose to ignore is that nations which have endured profound suffering will never easily accept Class A war criminals being cloaked in the guise of religious veneration. Beyond its carefully polished language, the shrine is legitimizing the past. At its official gift shop, the shrine offers striking and to many unsettling souvenirs. A cup printed with the Zero Model 52 fighter aircraft used in Japan's wartime campaigns. A pin featuring Imperial Japanese Army's rising sun flag, widely regarded as a symbol of Japan's militarization. And a cake knife modeled after a Japanese military sword, a weapon commonly seen during Japan's invasion of China. Its most notorious association is the so-called 100-man killing contest of 1937, when two officers from the Imperial Japanese Army's 16th Division reported competed to determine who could kill 100 people first using such swords, effectively turning killing into a contest. The Tokyo Nichi-Nichi Shimbun published reports celebrating them, but behind those headlines, countless Chinese lives were lost to the same blaze. In addition, the shrine operates a membership system. For an annual fee, members gain access to exclusive activities, including youth events, lectures, and parent-child programs. These initiatives are presented as fostering pride in Japan's history and traditions, but in reality, it instills a distorted view of the past in the young. On its official YouTube channel, a symposium from 3 years ago featured a speech by then Member of the Parliament and current Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi. Speaking to members, she argued that nations need not apologize for past wrongs according to today's standards, claiming that repeated apologies would actually harm Japan's diplomacy. At the Munich Security Conference this year, China's top diplomat explained it clearly.
Japan still enshrines Class A war criminals at Yasukuni Shrine, where politicians visit in droves to pay homage, turning war criminals stained with the blood of victimized peoples into noble souls. It would be unacceptable in any country that respects history and cherishes peace. And precisely this, is the root of Japan's problem. It has never fully broken with militarism, never truly reflected on its crimes of aggression.
Regrettably, many Japanese people appear to have internalized this distorted narrative. On the shrine's message board, heartbreaking comments stand out, like one from a 12-year-old elementary school student.
In the main exhibition hall, I saw with my own eyes the Suisei bomber, the Oka rocket-powered aircraft, and the human torpedo, Kaiten. After that, I looked upon the faces of the war dead. Looking at the faces of the war dead, I deeply wondered what emotions these people had when they embarked on their special attacks.
And another comes from a woman in her 40s from Hyogo Prefecture.
I had always believed Japan was a bad country that waged war. Coming here made me realize that was a huge mistake. I am grateful to have learned the truth during my lifetime as a Japanese person. Thank you.
And there were many more comments like these, reflecting how deeply the shrine's narrative has taken hold. On the Yasukuni's website, there's also a page called Last Will. It displays letters Japanese soldiers wrote to their families during the wars, clearly listing where they died. China, the Philippines, Sumatra. The evidence is right there. And behind each name were real lives, real people. History cannot be reshaped at will. If we refuse to face it honestly, how can we ever claim to build a better future?